Before this video start, go and check out part 35 of this what if I did earlier. Yes guys, you're gonna be getting 2 episodes of this what if in one day. I'm gonna be giving you now part 36 of what if Naruto went dark. Get this one to 300 likes and you get the next part as soon as possible. Comment down below and tell me what you think of this episode. Remember to share it to all of your friends on your social media platform. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Play the intro. If you're new, switch across the place and check out all the other parts. Trust me guys, it's very interesting, and share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And take 5 seconds of your time to like and subscribe. So the last time we left off, Naruto faced off against Gaara, Menma and Sasuke. After beating them all, Naruto decided to head off the wave, where the Sound 4 was awakened by Zabuza and Haku, and Kin, and Dosu and Zaku. Naruto then appeared there in a red flash and said, "They are our new teammates," and that's the last part we left off, but you guys have to go check it out before you watch this one, cause I did about an hour or 2 ago. Yeah guys, so go check it out. So, Naruto appeared in a red flash. Naruto-kun shouted Fu and Yakumo as they jumped at him. Naruto caught the both of them in his tails and lowered them down. "You guys still haven't changed," said Naruto with a small smirk. "How have you been, Naruto?" asked Fu. "Well, in the past few months, well, I'll tell you about it later. We need to deal with them for now," said Naruto as he pointed at the Sound Ninjas. The ninjas saw that Naruto pointed at them and they quickly went into a fighting stance. "Lower your stances. I am not here to fight," said Naruto. "I am here to talk." The ninja looked at each other before dropping their stance. "So, what are we doing here and what do you want? You saved all of us from death." "There must be something you want," said Sakan. "Correct. I want you to join Wave," said Naruto, surprising the Sound Ninjas. "What? Why? Why the hell would we do something like that?" shouted Teiwaya. "Well, for one, if you don't join me, I shall kill you here and now. And you guys know I can do it," said Naruto to the Sound Ninjas, making all of them gulp in the fear of the tone in his voice. "The other reason is that you will be sooner or later cast out by Orochimaru," said Naruto. "No we won't. Orochimaru accepted us. He loved that we work so hard and do anything for him. Why would he cast us out? We are his top elite bodyguard ninjas," said Torobo as the rest of them nod their head in agreement. "I bet you heard Orochimaru said something about that to some old companions of yours, doesn't it? He said and gave you all these promises that he will stay and you will stick by his side. But now, where are they now? They're all gone. Either dead, killed by his own hands for being disrespectful or something, or he cast them out." "You know I'm right," said Naruto, as none of them responded, knowing that happened before. "Orochimaru will make you think that he cares for you, but he will only end up using you for his own goals. You guys know Kin, Zaku and Dosu, right? Orochimaru planned on having them killed during the invasion of Konoha. But I stopped all of this from happening, and I saved them, and now they are living at the Wave and becoming 10 times stronger than Orochimaru will ever teach them to be. He has experimented on his own friends, his own subordinates, and if you don't complete or do what he say, you be next strapped down on one of his tables," said Naruto. "Do you want to continue living that life?" said Naruto. The Sound 4 really did think about what Naruto was saying. So, what could you offer us that Orochimaru couldn't? Asked Sakan. You shall be trained right and not be enhanced by the drug he has created that you take to increase your bodily functions. I will train you all to become powerful ninjas the right way. We shall gather more allies over the years, making Wave the strongest village in the world. No one, absolutely no one will be able to stop us. And if you guys want to get revenge on Orochimaru, it shall be done, but after we are finished with your trainings. I won't have weakling shinobis in Wave. I will make you guys some of the powerfulest ninjas in the world. So, will you guys join me? Asked Naruto. The Sound Ninjas looked at each other, trying to send messages through their eyes. They all then turned to Naruto with determination in their eyes. We accept, said Sakan, as the rest of them gave a nod. Sakan then held out his hand towards Naruto. Good to have you, said Naruto, as he shook Sakan's hand. Zabuza, said Naruto, get them settled in. I shall remove their curse mark later, freeing them from Orochimaru's wrath. For now, I am going for a walk, said Naruto, as he walked out of the mansion. In town, the people of Wave were enjoying another prosperous day with the bridge completed, Gato gone. Wave had skyrocketed in funds and everyone was either high middle class level or higher in wealth. And Wave was now a wonderful place. Naruto was walking around, seeing all of the children's playing, and perverted old mans on the bench looking at fine women's asses as the women walked by buying groceries for their families at home, and builders working the street, keeping them clean and building more houses. In Wave, this place has really changed, whispered Naruto as he looked around. Naruto, said a voice from behind him. Naruto turned around to see a little girl look up to him. Yes, Naruto asked. You really returned? Naruto has come back, she shouted out, getting everyone's attention as people start to recognize Naruto's face as everyone started to shout out, it is Naruto! He's finally come back! Naruto! How was your journey? Did you want something to eat? Everyone started to celebrate that Naruto is now back in Wave and happy. That the village is now better than ever. That Naruto, the person who saved them from everything, the poorness, everything, is now back and they wanted to treat him right for all of his help. As a girl screamed out, Naruto, I still want to have your kids. That is the same hoe from last time. Stay away from my man, Shukurama shouted in Naruto's mindscape. Naruto, Naruto, the crowd shouted as everyone gathered around him. Naruto saw the peoples with happy and glad smiles on their faces, happy for his return. Naruto kept walking and the people parted way for him, making a pathway through the herds of people. As Naruto kept on walking, but then he heard a familiar voice that he could never forget. Naruto-san, said a voice. The voice sound whispered, it was very low, but Naruto heard it and he could instantly tell who it was. He looked around to see the woman that told him to give the people of Wave hope, motivation, and that is what motivated him to kill Gato at the beginning. The woman turned, saw the bunch of crowds coming. She held on to her son tightly as Naruto then walked up to her. Tazunami, said Naruto. Kurama watched the scene through Naruto's eyes very closely. Tazunami really impacted Naruto. Kurama watched from Naruto's eyes as she noticed that the woman had tears as she looked at Naruto with a heavy heart Kurama called out to Naruto. Naruto, she said. Yes, he said in his return. Go to her, said Kurama. Naruto's eyes widened. What? Kurama is okay with this? Before he ran up to Tazunami and gave her a big hug. Tazunami looked down at Naruto with a huge smile on her face. It's good to see you again, she said as the both of them embraced each other in a hug, as her face was streaming in tears. The people cheered around him, signifying that Naruto was here to stay. The next day, back at Konoha, in Konoha Hospital, Menma sat in his bed, looking at the white ceiling above him. He couldn't do anything to stop Naruto. He was so pointless and weak in that battle. Sasuke and Gaara were 10 times stronger than him. He now realized how weak he was as he tried to clench his fist, but his hand was too weak to even do that. Menma really felt bad. He was trying to get Naruto, but then Minato and Kushina had to lock him up, and now he's not really gone forever. Naruto could do whatever he wanted now, and after what they did, locked him up and keep him away from Kurama. There is no telling that he will come back and try to destroy Konoha. Menma tried to clench his fist again, thinking that I need to get stronger, he said to himself, because I need to learn to protect this village, protect it from even Naruto. Menma's thought was cut off when the door opened wide, and then Kushina, Minato, and Mito walked in. Hey Menma, said Mito as she sat on the bed. How are you, she asked. Better than yesterday, he said. Menma, what I'm about to tell you is important, so I need you to listen to me, and do not interrupt when I am talking, said Minato. Alright, said Menma, as he knew that something bad was going to take place now. Because of Minato's whole speech pattern, he knew that Minato is very serious. Since Naruto has left, everyone is in panic. They really believe that he will come back and destroy the village one day. For this reason, I am putting Naruto in the bingo book, said Minato, as a high-risk criminal. Minato then raised a book to Menma's face, and a picture of his brother was in it. Name, Naruto Uzumaki Namake's age 13, height 4'11", date of birth October 10, rogue of Konoha. It then went on to tell his description and some of his fighting techniques and powers. High danger, run if you are in range. Trust, it said, you cannot take him on. Rank, SS. Reward, $500 million. Menma then closed the book after reading everything. He is also good at using his sight. He brought one out when we were fighting him at the end, Valley of the End. I shall update it soon, said Minato, as he looked at Menma, knowing Menma was on board. Menma, said Kushina, when will Naruto return? Did he tell you anything when he left? No, that was the only thing, Menma said. Okay, but for now, you and Mito need to go train with Jiraiya because we need to prepare when Naruto returns. You two shall leave the village with Jiraiya so that me and Minato can handle things here, said Kushina. Minato then looked over at Menma as he saw the frustration on his face. Don't worry, my son, when the time comes, all of us will be ready. As all of them kept on talking. Back at Wave, Naruto is sitting down at a fire as he had his leaf headband in his left hand. I shall fully cut my ties with Konoha, he said to himself. No longer will I sit around and wait. I will train all of my ninjas better than that man ever could, said Naruto, referring to Minato. Wave shall be heard all around, and no one will stop us from the plan that we will make. We will protect ourselves. not worrying about anything in the outside world. I shall rule over the land that has the strongest shinobis, and everyone shall know that. Know that the new Naruto means business, said Naruto as he threw the leaf headband in the fire as it started to blaze up. Konoha shall soon burn, said Naruto as he got up and walked away from the fire. Time has now passed. A red-headed woman in wave is walking upstairs with a cup of orange juice in her left hand and a cup of coffee in her right hand. She walked through a hallway and went to a room, opened it as she placed the orange juice on the left side of the bed where a boy was sleeping as she placed the coffee on the right side. He was in the covers. His face was barely showing as she kneeled down and pulled away the covers and kissed the side of his neck. Time to wake up, Naruto, she whispered. He then got up and sat on the bed. He then opened his eyes and yawned. Good morning, Kurama, said Naruto. Morning to you too, she said, that bright smile on her face. Naruto saw the orange juice and quickly picked it up, as for some reason he was very thirsty. At time when Naruto came back to Wave, it took some time, but Kurama was able to came out of Naruto's body and move around without any bodily harm on Naruto's body, so she could be in the real world with Naruto. It met with the both of them desires, so they spent a little time to do it, even month or so, but it finally worked out. Naruto quickly drank down the juice and put the cup back down. She got to the side of the bed as she lied down and told Naruto, everyone is downstairs. Let me get ready, said Naruto as he hopped off the bed. It has been 3 years since Naruto came to Wave. Naruto is now 16 years old. Naruto has changed in the last 3 years. He is now 6 feet even, with his blonde hair long down to his back. His hair was even more spiky as he now had a firm six-pack, as his whole body was now developed, as he has muscle covered all over, but nothing too disturbing, just normal muscles. He then went into a drawer and put on a black hoodie. It was like his old one, but it's a much more bigger one, with the kanji for 9 on the back, these black sweatpants. As he turned around to see Kurama staring him head to toe, as she said, Naruto, you look good, as she wrapped a tail around him and pulled him towards her, as the both of them rest their foreheads on each other. He then whispered, thank you. The two then broke away and headed out the door. They walked the long hallway together and then headed down the stairs. They passed by the many rooms in the rather large house, and they finally made it to the living room, where there were lots of people gathered. In the living room were people sitting on luxury couches. Everything looked so fancy. Over the 3 years, Wave have got much better in their finances. It is now a rich place. All of the couches surrounded one red couch that no one was sitting on. Naruto and Kurama made their way to the red couch, as it was big enough for the both of them to sit in. Naruto then looked around at all of his subordinates. Zabuza and Haku was the first people he ever recruited, as the both of them were the best team and deadly in assassination. Fu was sitting with Yakumo and Kin. The three of them were powering as a team. On the other side of the room, Dosu and Zaku were sitting beside each other. They were now powering as a team. Naruto turned his eyes to another part of the room where his new recruits were sitting. The X-Zone 4 were sitting on a couch waiting for Naruto to start talking. But Naruto also got in some other new recruits who were not in at the moment. They were all out training. And then all of them walked in suddenly because they heard that it's time for Naruto to have a meeting. As the door opened, you can see Karin, Jugo, and Fuga, that one red-headed woman that could thief your chakra nature by absorbing it as a kiss out of your mouth. If you guys remember that episode from Sora, when Naruto first met Sora. And the next one was Ganara, the woman from Naruto who could use the pink crystal style jutsu. And the next one was Pakura, a female who was a reanimation in the war, and she had green hair and the end of it was orange. And the next member was Suigetsu. And the other member was Aisuraibi. When Naruto was young, in the original, he was fighting this kind of hybrid. A man mixed with a kind of a sea creature that had gills. And the next member, the final one, will surprise you, was Anko. Karin, Guren, Suigetsu, and Aisuraibi were found doing Naruto many raids of Orochimaru's hideout. Naruto wanted Snake Man dead, and for the past 3 years he had run in with him. But every time Naruto found out where his hideout was, and if Naruto could see him a glimpse of him, he quickly escaped, and he's been running for the past 3 years. So Naruto continued to raid Orochimaru's hideout until he found all of his new recruits. Naruto had found Orochimaru is one of his hideout, and Guren was with him. While battling, Orochimaru used Guren as a shield to try and save himself from Naruto. Naruto was coming on with one of his attacks full force, but Naruto dispelled it before it hit Guren. Guren felt betrayed by the action that Orochimaru did, and she wanted an explanation, and Orochimaru finally explained that she was nothing to him, and he tried to kill her of course, but Naruto came in and saved the day as he fought Orochimaru, but Orochimaru managed to escape. So from then on, Guren started par with Naruto. Pakura was a different story. She was from the sand, and she was betrayed by the sand. They wanted to kill her, so they did it by sending her out on a mission where her own allies had to kill her, and they were going to put the blame on a different nation. She was about to be killed by a rain of kunai, but Naruto appeared there and killed everyone that tried to kill her. After Naruto helped her out, they went on to talk, and Naruto was now with his way with a different ally. His team was getting stronger and stronger. Anko was a different story. She had heard of Naruto breaking away from Konoha, and she wanted to do so as well. Anko was always treated badly because of her status with Orochimaru, being Orochimaru's pupil and all. Everyone thought that she would betray them one day, or she was planning to, which actually came true. She was sick of the treatment she would receive daily, and she wanted out of Konoha. During one of her missions outside of the village, she was with a group of about 6 other ninjas who were facing off against some terrorist ninjas on their border, but her team had unluckily run into Naruto's and some of his subordinates. Naruto was going to town to handle some business for a wave, but at the sight of the Konoha ninjas, Naruto felt so much anger and rage from just seeing them. He killed all of them without thinking. Anko stood back in fear as she saw Naruto rip through all of her allies. They were all getting torn through with Naruto's claws, all of them yelling in pain and screaming out. She was in shock and fear. When Naruto was finished, he set his eyes on Anko, but before Naruto could kill Anko, Kurama put her hands on Naruto's 2 shoulders, stopping him in his tracks. Naruto instantly calmed down after feeling Kurama's arm. She then said wait, as Kurama started to walk to Anko. What are you going to do to me? Anko said in fear. Nothing, child. You have eyes like him, said Kurama as she knelt down. Huh? Asked Anko as she slowly lowered her guard very slowly as she was still in shock and fear. Knowing and hearing the stories about Naruto, knowing that he's a SS rank ninja. I can see the pain and suffering you gone through. You have the same eyes as Naruto for something you had no control over or something that was happening to you and people treated you bad. How do you know that? Anko asked. Well, I guess I just have some tells, said Kurama. Will you like to join us? What? Said Anko. Well, I want you to come to Wave with us. Naruto stood there as none of them said anything. Naruto and his team, as Kurama started to have a conversation with the girl. Trust me, you'll be treated very well at Wave, and we will train you to become even stronger than you would ever imagine. And there will be no more people giving you those bad looks, and you'll be feeling safe here and protected. So child, join us, said Kurama, as Anko started to relive and think about everything that she's been going through. She then made a quick judgment and she replied yes. And from then on, Anko joined Naruto. And that was the story of how Anko became to be one of Naruto's recruits. But guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and remember to go check out the other part before you start this, guys. But more for now, guys. Peace.